Hello student, you are the most warm welcome in Dago S Academy. Myself Dr. Maru, Assistant Professor of Political Science. Dear student, in this particular video, we are discuss about the development of Indian Constitution for the IAS and RS exam. So let's start it. Dear student, in the political system of India and the Constitution of India describe the democratic values in India, because Constitution and democracy each others are combinedly important aspect for the political system. Clear? And India is the largest democracy in all over the world, and Indian Constitution is the largest written constitution in all over the world. Clear? So in this particular video, we are discuss about the what's about the constitutional development, what's about the historical background of Indian Constitution before the 1947. This development in two stages, before the 1947 and after the 1947. Before the 1947, this constitution developed by the British Parliament and British Crown. But after the 1947, our constitution developed by the Constitutional Assembly. In this particular video, we are discuss about the historical background of Indian Constitution, especially before the 1947. Clear? So let's start it. We are discuss about the some historical background of Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution background. Clear? Before gaining independence in the year 1947, India was basically divided into two main sections of society, namely the British India, which consisted of 11 provinces, and the princely states ruled by the Indian princes as per the subsidiary alliance system. Clear? The two sections later merged together to form the Indian Union, but many of the rules and regulations from British India are still being followed even now. Clear? So this slide, this paragraph basically indicated that what's about the situation of Indian Constitution, Indian political system in the particular year 1947. Clear? In this particular year, Indian political system, Indian state basically connected to three types. Clear? Three types. In 1947, 1, 2 and 3. Number 1 is British state. Clear? Second, Chief Commissioner state. For example, in Rajasthan, Ajmer Merwada. And third, princely state. For example, Jaipur. Princely state. As a subsidiary alliance. Clear? So it is the situation of the Indian political system after the Indian independence in the particular era in 1947. Okay, but in this particular video we are discuss about the what is the historical background of Indian Constitution, what is the historical story, what is the historical steps of Indian Constitution. Clear? We started this story in the War of Plassey and War of Buxar. Why? Because the War of Buxar and Plassey basically indicated to the British Crown, British Parliament totally control on the Indian Empire, Indian continent, and dismissed the Mughal Empire in India, totally dismissed, and controlled by the EIC, East India Company. Okay, EIC, East India Company, especially British East India Company, stabilized in December 1600, clear, AD. by the order of British Queen Elizabeth. Clear? So it is an important year, and the British Queen basically given the order, given the advice to the trade with the India. Clear? So the East India Company basically emphasized on the trade, but time to time the main motto, the main objective of change of East India Company, and they emphasize on the political interfere in Indian Empire. Clear? So in the War of Plassey or Battle of Plassey in 1757 and the War of Buxar, Battle of Buxar in 1764, these two wars basically milestone for the establishment of the British Empire in India. Milestone. Clear? And these both are interconnected to the Bengal. Clear? On that particular era, Bengal, Hyderabad, Nizam, Mysore, Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, Rajputana and Delhi, these are the, and Marathas, these are the power center of India on that particular era in the medieval history of India after the decline of the Mughal Empire. Clear? And Sikh also, Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Clear? So it is the main milestone for the establishment of the British Empire in India. We discuss about the British Empire emphasize and these policies on political development in India. We also discuss about the what is the main footsteps of British Indian Constitution developed by the British Parliament and British Crown. Okay, we discuss about the one by one by the acts, because Indian Constitution developed by the different acts, Charter Acts, Pitt's India Acts, Marley-Minto Acts, Montesquieu-Champfort Acts, etc. Clear? First of all, in India, the British India Company BEIC stabilized their on area, particularly in the Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. You see this particular point, BEIC. Clear? BEIC. Okay. So first of all, we have discussed about the 1773 Regulating Act. 1773 Regulating Act. 1773 Regulating Act. Okay. What is the main provisions? What is the main aspect? What is the main objective? What is the main target of this particular act? Clear? It is very important. Okay. You see that the British East India Company stabilized their empire in particular three areas: Bombay. Number one is Bombay. Number second is Madras, and number third is Kolkata. Clear? Now, on that particular era, it is called to Calcutta. It is also called to Calcutta. Okay. These are the three presidencies of East India Company. So, what is the main aspect? What is the main provisions? What is the main objective of this act? We discuss about this. Number one. Point number one. They stabilize the post of Governor General in Bengal. They stabilize the post of Governor General. Post of Governor General in Bengal. Governor General in Bengal. Clear? Stabilize the post of Governor General in Bengal. Okay, especially in the Bengal. But this Governor General control on the Madras Presidency and Bombay Presidency also. So it is connected to the only Bengal Presidency, but the control on these three presidencies: Bombay, Kolkata, and Madras. Okay, point number one. Provinces. Number one objective of this particular Regulating Act 1773. Clear? The number second is by this particular act, the British East India Company established the Supreme Court in Kolkata. Established the Supreme Court. Established the Supreme Court in Calcutta. In Fort William. Okay, in Fort William. Clear? In Fort William. Second is they established the Supreme Court in Calcutta, in Fort William. William Fort. Clear? And they also established the Supreme Court in Kolkata, in Fort William, and the first justice of Supreme Court of India in Kolkata name is Impey. Okay, and the main thing is that the third provision is that the first Governor General of Bengal name is Warren Hastings. Warren Hastings was the first Governor General of Bengal. He is also first Governor General of India. Warren Hastings. Okay, Warren Hastings. So these are the main provision. Number one is they established their Supreme Court in Kolkata, in Fort William Fort. Clear? And the Impey was the first justice in this particular court, Supreme Court. Okay, and established the post of Governor General of Bengal, but the Governor General of Bengal control on the three provinces: Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. Clear? So it is main provision of the 1773 Regulating Act. Okay, we discuss about this particular point. On our slides. Regulating Act of 1773. Regulating Act of 1773. Clear? Yes. So you see that the some of the important feature of the Regulating Act of 1773 were: the first Supreme Court was established in Kolkata. I discussed about that. Governor of Bengal was made Governor General of Bengal. Clear? Tenure of the post fixed for 5 years. The Governor General of Bengal term is 5 years. Warren Hastings and Robert Clive were made governors, but Robert Hastings was the first Governor General of Bengal. Clear? It was the beginning of the parliamentary control of EIC. It was the beginning of parliamentary control, British parliamentary control of the East India Company. Beginning by this act. Clear? And subordination of Madras and Bombay presidency to Bengal. I discussed about this. The Bengal and Madras presidencies are subordinations, and Bengal governor control to these presidencies, Madras and Bombay. Okay, and Governor of Madras and Governor of Bombay were brought under the Governor General of Bengal. It means the Governor General of Bengal is the superior Governor General. Is like that today President, and the Governor of the Bombay and Calcutta is like that a CM, Chief Minister. Okay, and 4 members council was set up. 4-member councils was set up to advise the Governor General. Okay, so it is the Regulating Act 1773. Clear? Now we are discuss about the another act of by the development by the British Crown or British East India Company. Okay, so second is 1784 Pitt's India Act. 1784 Pitt's India Act. 1784 Pitt's India Act. 1784 Pitt's India Act. Okay. Now we discuss about the main provisions of this particular act. What's about this? Establish the 2 boards: Board of Directors board of directors, number 1. Second is board of controllers, board of controllers, board of controllers. Okay, the 1784 I discussed about repeatedly this particular point. 1784 Pitt's India Act established the two types of boards, board of directors and board of controllers. Clear? Board of directors and board of controllers. Okay, and board of directors basically belong to the trade, especially trade matter of trade matters, and the board of controller basically belong to the matter of political matters. Okay, so board of directors basically belong to the matter of trades of East India Company, and the board of controllers basically belong to the political matters. And the total members are in this board 24, in this board 6. 24 members in board of directors and 6 members in board of controllers, 6 members. Okay, it is called to Pitt's India Act. I repeat this particular point. Pitt's India Act established the two types of board of directors, board of controllers. Board of directors basically belong to the matter of trades and total members is 24. Clear? And the second is board of controllers belong to the political matters and total members is 6. Okay. Now we discuss about on that particular point on our slides. Pitt's India Act of 1784. It is the next Pitt's India Act. We have discussed about that important point, that the Pitt's India Act basically emphasizes on the change the some political scenario of India. Some political scenario of India. Okay, 1784 Pitt's India Act. Clear? This act reiterated on supremacy of the parliament over EIC, East India Company. This act established Board of Council, BOC to guide and supervise the affairs of the EIC, East India Company. Board of Council 6 member and separate board of 3 members to advise British Crown. Chairman of Board of Council, British Cabinet Minister, and strength of the Governor General Council was reduced from 4 to 3. And Governors Council were established in Madras and Bombay provinces. Okay, student. So it is all about the Pitt's India Act. Now we have discussed about the another act established by the implement by the East India Company and British Crown, British Parliament. Clear? 1813, important, 1813, Charter Act, 1813, Charter Act, okay, Charter Act. What's about this particular act? What is the main provisions of this particular act? We have discussed about this particular point. Clear? Main point is the East India Company given to the permission for 20 years trade. East India Company given to the 20 years trade permission, given to the 20 years permission to the East India Company. British East India Company, British East India Company given the permission for 20 years to the British East India Company, okay, East India Company, 20 years. So it is important point that the Charter Act 1813 given the permission to the British Indian Company for the 20 years trade with India by the British Crown, by the permission given by the British Parliament as well as British Crown. Okay, so it is the all about the 1813 Charter Act of India. Okay, Charter Act of India. The next act is 1833, 1833 Charter India Act. Next is 1833 Charter India Act. Now we discuss about the main provisions of this particular act. What about the main provision of this particular act? The main provision is that after implementation of this particular act, the Governor General of Bengal become as a Governor General of India. Become as a Governor General of India. Governor General of India. Clear? Charter India Act 1833. The Governor General of Bengal become as a Governor General of India. Governor General of India, whole country. Before this particular act, the Governor General of Bengal belonged to the particular area Bengal. But after this particular act, implementation of this particular act, Charter India Act 1833 Act, the Governor General of India, the Governor General of Bengal become as a Governor General of India. Okay, number 1 point. Clear? And at the new post, Legal Secretary. At the new post, Legal Secretary. And the first Legal Secretary of India is Lord Macaulay. He was also founder of the English education language, Western education language in India. He was also father of English language in India. So, Legal Secretary of India is Macaulay. So, this particular act established the new provisions that the Governor General of Bengal become as a Governor General of India, plus added the new post Legal Secretary. The first Legal Secretary of India, Lord Macaulay. Okay. Now we discuss about this particular point on that slides. Yes, it is the Government of India Act 1858. But we had discussed about this particular act before we discuss about the another act, Charter India Act, clear, 1833. The next act after the 1833, we have discussed about the 1853 Charter India Act. 1853 Charter India Act. 1853 Charter India Act. Charter India Act. Important, very important act. Important. Why? Why it is important? Why this particular act is important? Why? So, dear student, this act is important act because after this particular act, East India Company, especially British government, British Parliament, emphasize on the competitive exam for the recruitment of the government officer post. So, this act basically started the competition exam pattern in India for the recruitment of government officers. Important, very important. So, this question is that when East India Company, when British government established the started the competition exam for the recruiting of the government officers after the 1853 Charter India Act. After the 1853 Charter India Act. Clear? It is important. It started the competition exam pattern. It started the competition exam pattern in India for the recruitment of government officer. Clear? Yes. Next, before we discuss about this particular act, the historical background is changed after the 1857 revolt. Clear? In 1857 revolt, the political scenario is changed. The British government emphasized on that control on the East India Company and minimize the trade and minimize the political control on the East India Company in India, and the British Crown and British Parliament directly control on the British Empire after the 1857 revolt, because they taken the education from some revolt, some regions causes, etc. Clear? Now we discuss about the 1858 new act after the revolt, after the 1857 revolt. It is also called to Victoria Announcement. Clear? It is also called to Victoria Announcement. Victoria Announcement or 1857 Charter Act. 1857 Charter Act. Okay? 1857 Charter Act. Clear? So, dear student, the scenario is changed after this announcement. The British Crown totally control on Indian Empire. Control on Indian Empire, directly controlled by the British government and British Crown, and minimize the power of British East India Company. British East India Company. British East India Company. British East India Company. Okay? East India Company. Clear? After this announcement. Okay? After the revolt. Okay? And stabilize change the name of the governor as a Viceroy. The name of the Governor General of India, Viceroy. Clear? Viceroy of India. Change Governor General of India to Viceroy of India. And who is the first Viceroy of India? Lord Canning. Lord Canning was the first Viceroy of India. Okay. Second provision. First is directly controlled by the British Crown and Parliament and minimize the power of the East India Company. And second is the name change of Governor General post. Name is Viceroy. And Lord Canning was the first Viceroy of India because he was also Governor General in the era of 1857 revolt. So he automatically become as a first Viceroy of India. Warren Hastings was the first Governor General of India, Bengal especially, and Canning was the first Viceroy of India after this particular announcement or act. Clear? And also establish the Indian Council. 15 members. Total member is 15. And controlled by the Governor General of India. 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 Okay. 15 members. The Indian Council. 15 members. Stabilize the Indian Council. The total members is 15 and controlled by the Governor General of India. Okay. So these three provisions of 1858 Victoria Announcement or 1858 Charter India Act. Okay. So the next act is 1851 Next, but we discuss about this particular point on our slide. Yes, Government of India Act or Victoria Announcement or Charter India Act 1858. Okay. Now we discuss about the main provisions. British Crown assumed sovereignty of the India from East India Company. British Crown. Creation of the post of the Secretary of State for India, Viceroy of India, as well as a 15 members Indian Council. We discuss about two Assistant Secretary of State of India. Viceroy to be Crown's representative. Viceroy is to be a Crown representatives. Viceroy. The first Viceroy, Lord Canning, we discuss about. An executive council was also created to assist the Governor General, and the council was compound executively of the people of England. Clear? We discuss about this particular point on our topic. Okay, it is all about the East India Company, minimize the power of the EIC, British India Company, and totally controlled by the Parliament of Britain and British Crown. Okay. Now we discuss about the another act established by the implemented by the British East India Company, British Government and British Crown. Okay. 1861 Indian Government Act. 1861 Indian Government Act. Indian Government Act. 1861 Indian Government Act. 1861 Indian Government Act. Now we discuss about the main provisions of this particular act. Clear? The main point is, given the power of ordinance, given the British Crown, given the power of ordinance to the Viceroy or Governor General of India given the power of ordinance by the British Crown and Parliament to the Viceroy or Governor General of India. The main point is 1861 Indian Government Act. Indian Government Act given the power of ordinance to the Viceroy of India. Clear? Now we discuss about the next act. Next act is 1892 Indian Government Act. But first of all, we have discussed about the another slides. Yes, Indian Council Act of 1861. Indian Council Act 1861. Okay. Through this act, the Governor General Council was explained by including minimum 6 and maximum 12 additional members. These non-affected members are added only for legislative purpose. Their additional members were to be nominated by the Governor General for a period of 2 years, and similar provisions were made for Provisional Legislative Council. Okay, so it is the 1861 Indian Council Act. Okay, now we discuss about the another act, 1892 Indian Government Act. 1892 Indian Government Act. Indian Government Act. Indian Government Act. 1892 Indian Government Act. Now we discuss about the main provisions of this particular act. Now we discuss about the main provision of this particular act. Clear? Main point. British government, British Parliament started the election system. First of all, started the election system in India. 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 It started the election system in India by the 1892 Indian Government Act. It started the election firstly started the election system in India by the British government, by the British Parliament, by the British government, British political systems. Clear? Now we discuss about the another act developed by the British government. The act is important. Now we discuss about the very important acts for the development of the Indian political system. Clear? Okay. Next act is 1909. This act is very important. It is also called to Indian Government Act or Marley-Minto Act. Especially it is called to Marley-Minto Act. Marley-Minto Act. What is the main important thing? This particular act. The number one is this act started the separation between Hindu and Muslim in India. Why? Because by this particular act, British government stabilized the emphasis on the separate representation, separate reservation for the Muslim community in India. Separate started the separate representation, especially for Muslims, Clear? So this act basically started the separation between Hindu and Muslim and destroyed the unity of India. Clear? This act very bad, and this is the milestone, this is the root for the partition of India. This act basically root of partition of India and Pakistan. Okay. And number one, Marley-Minto Act, main provision number one. Clear? The next point is Indians also included in the Executive Council of the Governor General. Indian become a member of Executive Council of Governor General or Viceroy. Indian become a member of Executive of Governor General or Viceroy. Clear? Especially. Okay. And the next provision by this act, Indian also become as a Indian Secretary. Post of Indian Secretary. Indian also become as a Indian Secretary. Clear? And number 30, this act, Marley-Minto Act, given the right to the member of parliament for the questions in the parliament. It is a stabilization, it is a starting of the question hour in the Indian parliament by the 1909 Marley-Minto Act or Indian Government Act. But the main negative effect of this particular act is that they started the separate representation of especially for the Muslims. Clear? Now we discuss about this particular point, our slide. Yes. Marley-Minto Reforms Act 1909. Expansion of Legislative Council at the central from 16 to 69 members and provisions legislative with 52 in Bengal. Expansions of the Legislative Council at the center from 16 to 69 members and provincials legislators with 52 in Bengal, 47 in Madras and Bombay and United Provinces each, 41 in East Bengal and Assam, 25 in Punjab and 16 in Burma. It was first attempt to introduce a representative and popular element in Indian administration. election was introduced for legislative council at the central based on electoral college. At provisional level, the elected non-official members were now in majority. In case of Central Legislative Council, out of 69, 37 were official members and 32 were officials. Clear? This act enlarged, important point, this act enlarged the function of Legislative Council, such as right to discussion, asking questions and supplementary questions, etc. And the next point, separate electoral system, that is communal representation system for Muslim community. Separate electoral system, that is communal representation for Muslim community in India. Okay, introduce. Now we discuss about the next act. The next act is 1919 Act. It is called to Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. It is called to Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. It is called to Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. 1919. Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. Now we discuss about the main aspect, main provision of this act. Clear? Establish the two houses legislature. Establish the two houses legislature in India. Introduce the two houses legislature in India by this Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. Number 1 point. Point number 1. Okay. Name is Council of State. Number 1 is Council of State. Council of State. Council of State. Clear? Number 1 is Council of State, and the second is Central Assembly. Central Assembly. Central Assembly. Central Assembly. Number 1 is Council of State. Number 2 is Central Assembly. Okay. And the Council of State basically 60 members, total 60 members in this particular council. 60 members. And the 34 members are elected. In this particular 60 members, 34 are elected for the 5 years. In the Council of State. And the another point, the Central Assembly total members are 145 members. 145 members in Central Assembly. 104 are elected. Clear? 104 were elected and 41 are nominated. 41 are nominated. And the tenure is the member of Central Assembly. Tenure is 3 years. Yes, 3 years. For the 3 years. So dear student, the Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act established the two houses legislature. Number 1 is Council of State, 60 members and 34 elected for 5 years. Second is Central Assembly, total members are 145 members, 104 elected and 41 nominated for 3 years. Okay. And the main thing is that the 1919 Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act also established the direct system, double system in the states. Direct system in state or double system. It means the state government given to the divided the power of in two parts, number 1 and number 2. Number 1 power given to the governor of the state. Number 2 is member of the assembly, member of the assembly or MLA or member of the assembly, and the governor given to the important departments, and member of legislature assembly given the less important department. Clear? Governor department, the governor department, the governor subjects is called to reserved subject, reserved subject, and the MLAs, the member of assemblies is subject is called to transferable subject. In the some condition, the priority for the governor. These subjects are transferable to the governor in some conditions. So superiority establish the superiority of the governor on the members. Okay, it is called diary system, hierarchy system or double system. Establish the power in two types: governor powers called to reserved subject, and the member legislative assembly power is called to transferable subject, less important powers. Okay, so it is the 1919 Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act. Clear? Now we discuss about this particular act on this particular slide. Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act, Reform Act 1919. The system of diarchy was introduced in provisions. Under this the legislative subjects were divided into two categories, transferred and reserved. On transferred subject, it is responsibility of the concerned minister to the introduce bill. On the reserved subject, it is the monopoly of the Governor General. Beside Muslims, other minorities including Sikhs, Anglo-Indians, Christians and Europeans were also given separate representation in the legislature. Yes, it is second point is that the Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act also increased the minority representation, also established the separation in the Indian society, because by this particular act, Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act, they given to the separate reservation to the for the Sikhs, Anglo-Indians, Christians also. And the 1909 the Maliaminto Act also emphasized on the Muslim representation, but this act also increased this particular problem in Indian society, because beside Muslims, other minorities including Sikhs, Anglo-Indians, Christians and Europeans were also given separate representation in the legislature. Okay. So then we have discussed about the next act, 1935 Indian Government Act. 1935, it's called to 1935 Indian Government Act. Indian Government Act. It is called to Indian Government Act 1935. It is called to Indian Government Act 1935. Clear? Important, because Indian Constitution also adopted this act main features, some features. Clear? The main thing is that the total articles are 451 in this act. Total articles are 400. Articles are 451. Articles are 451 in this particular act. Clear? It is the backbone of the Indian Constitution. Okay. And 15 chapters in this act. Okay. Now we discuss about the main provisions of this particular act. British government emphasized on the union of princely states. Clear? Union of princely states, number 1. Number 2, plus 11 British states. 11 British states. 11 British states. Okay. And 6 chief commissioner areas. 6 chief commissioner areas. 6 chief commissioner areas. stabilize the Union of India. A union included the Chief Commissioner Area 6, princely states of India. These called subsidiary alliance, as subsidiary alliance, plus 11 British states, and 6 Chief Commissioner areas. Number 1 provision of this particular act. Number 2, by this 1935 Indian Government Act, British government ending the diarchy system in states and stabilize the diarchy system in the central government. The provision is same. Two types are the subjects: reserve subjects and transfer subject. Reserve subject given to the Governor General, Viceroy, and transfer subject given to the ministers. The transfer subject is the less important. Okay, less important. But by this particular act, they ending the diarchy system, double system in the states, and establish the new diarchy system in the central government area. Okay, and by this particular act, they establish the Supreme Court of India, Union Court. They establish the Union Court or Federal Court, especially it's called to Federal Court of India. By this particular act, in 1935 act, they establish the Federal Court of India. Okay, and the main provision is that the Burma now is called to Myanmar, separate the India. Burma separation from the India by this act. Burma separation of with the Indian states by this particular Indian Government Act, separation of the Burma. Okay, and ending the Indian Council. Okay, and the main thing is that they establish the superiority of the British Parliament by this particular act. Establish the superiority of British Parliament. They establish the superiority of British Parliament. By this particular act, 1935 Indian Government Act. Okay, so it is important act for the Indian political system. And the last act is 1947 Indian Freedom Act. Now we discuss about this particular point by this slide. Clear? Yes, 1947 Indian Freedom Act or Indian Government Act. 1947 Indian Freedom Act. Okay, proposed in British Parliament in 4th July 1947. Proposed this act in British Parliament in 4th July 1947. Proposed, but this act basically accepted in 18 July 1947 in British Parliament. 18 July in 1947 accepted. Clear? Point number one. So the name is important. This act basically given the freedom, emphasis on the freedom of the India. Clear? Freedom of the India. Okay. Now we discuss about the main provision of this particular act. Establish the two dominant state, India and Pakistan. Number 1. Number 2. Ending the control of British Parliament. British Parliament, ending the control of British Parliament. Ending the control of British Parliament. Okay. And third is stabilization of the new Constitutional Assembly of India. Emphasize on new Constitutional Assembly for the making of new Constitution of India and Pakistan. Clear? But the 1935 Act basically implement after the establish the new constitution, implement the new constitution. Clear? And this act basically emphasize on the Indian freedom, and establish the new state, the new countries, India and Pakistan, Dominic states. Clear? And the post of Indian minister, ending the post of Indian minister, and also ending the superiority of British Parliament in India. Okay. Now we discuss about this particular point on this aspect. 1935 Government of India Act of 1935. I repeat this particular point. This act provided for a federation taking the provisions and Indian states, princely states especially, as unites. Second, it was optional for Indian states to join the federation. The Indian Council was abolished and its place a few viceroy were nominated to help the Secretary of State for India. So, abolished the Indian Council. Provisional autonomy was given with respect to subject delegated to them. Threefold divisions of legislative powers: Federalist, Provisional List and Concurrent List. Yes, important. The threefold divisions, the threefold list given to the governor, given to the legislature: Federal List, Provisional List and Concurrent List. Federal List basically belong to the central government works especially, and this particular list, for example, important subject, for example, defense and foreign department. So, the central government emphasized on the development of the new law on this particular federal list, central list. Indian Constitution also adopted this particular feature of 1935 Act. Second is provisional list, clear, and third is concurrent list. Okay, now it's called to state lists and concurrent list in the recently Indian Constitution. And the next is Indian Independence Act 1947. Indian Independence Act 1947. The Act provided for the creation of two independent dominions. The Indian Independence Act 1947 provided the two independence. The Act provided for the creation of two independent dominions states, India and Pakistan. It provided for partition of Punjab and Bengal. It provided for partition of Punjab and Bengal with separate boundaries commission to delimitate the boundaries between them by the Redcliffe line. Besides West Punjab and East Bengal, Pakistan was to consist of territories of Sindh, Northwestern Frontier Province, Sialt Division of Assam, Bawalpur, Khairpur, Balochistan and 8 other relatively minor princely states in Balochistan. By this act, the sovereignty and responsibility of British Crown over India was to lapse from the appointed day. The date India gets independence later decided as 15 August 1947. So, dear student, it is all about the history of development of Indian Constitution. We have discussed about from the 1773 Regulating Act to the last act is Indian Freedom Act 1947, Indian Freedom Act. The story started from the 1773 Regulating Act, clear, by the British East India Company. But after the 1857 revolt, the scenario is changed. The East India Company powers were minimized by the British Crown and British Parliament by the Victoria announcement by 1858 after the revolt of 1857. So it is the story. So the main important act are 1773 Agricultural Act number 1, Mahle-Minto Act, Montesquieu-Chelmsford Act, and the most important act is 1935 Indian Government Act and 1947 Indian Freedom Act. Clear? Because 1919 and 1935 Act is very important act. Okay. So it is important for the story footsteps of development of the Indian Constitution. Okay, student, it is all about the, in this particular lecture we have discussed about the story development, constitutional development of India. Okay, student, goodbye.